Sign. There we go. Okay, now we're on. You know what? I got to see the live sign, AJ. Otherwise, I just don't have the energy. You know? Are we live? Are we live?
We're live.
You guys, welcome to the Hey Frase podcast. We are live again today. We gave you a live show yesterday after a 10-day vacation. We are back. So much going on in pop culture. And like I said, I'm finally easing back into it, Andrea, because when you take a vacation like I did, I totally digitally detoxed. I didn't do anything. I didn't respond to the King of Staten Island. I did nothing.
And I'm really proud of you. Now, how many unread DMs did you have?
Oh, a million. Like I'm actually currently going through email. I'm still going through email to get caught up and just respond to email requests, all that good stuff. So I'm working through that and just trying to ramp back up because I really stepped back and was in nature and went to my acupuncturist and meditated and journaled every day. So when you do that, it's very hard, I think, to switch back into talking about pop culture because you're almost completely disconnected from it. You know what I mean?
Completely. I go back on this all the time. Almost every day I have this struggle. I just got a stand-up paddleboard and I've just been, out in the waters reflecting on life. And then I come back and then I just see Kanye tweeting up a storm and I'm like, what life do I want to lead? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're living double lives. I feel the same way. Is anybody watching feeling this? Like, how do you, and what is it? Are you struggling with life purpose? Because I go back and forth from wanting to just like talk about celebrities all the time and gossip about their lives because I don't think gossip is a bad word. I think that it's like gossip is basically how communities connected years ago prior to the internet. If it was used in a good way. I mean, if you're making up things about people and spreading malicious gossip, that's something else. But gossiping about like, oh, I love going into people's homes and like going through their drawers. I want to see how big their vibrators are. Like, what are you putting in your ass at night? You know what I mean? I want to know that. Not because I want to judge you, but because I think that we should normalize the unnormal because, we're America is a Puritan society where we're all supposed to behave, but no one wants to behave. Break the rules, I mean, have an open marriage. If it works for you, it should work for you. But I want to come to your house. I want to talk about that. I want to know what works for you.
Okay, yes. And now I know that as a babysitter, you went into everyone's drawers, their top drawers, their underwear drawers. That was just like you as a babysitter.
Oh, I mean, I was always looking for their diary, right? I want to know, what are you writing in your diary? So what is your dilemma? Because mine is, I want to produce meaningful work. I want to do meaningful work that every day someone tunes into this show and they are either inspired to live their life differently or they're laughing their fucking ass off and they can't stop laughing and they're like, oh my God, these two twats are really funny, So I want to entertain and inspire and do that kind of having this anything goes show. But sometimes I think, I don't know, is talking about Kanye bringing that to people? Do you wrestle with that?
I wrestle with that all the time. And now I do love talking celebrity dirt just because they live this other life and then we can always just dissect it and talk about how our lives are kind of the same, but also different. So I love that conversation. I wrestle with, do I want to move to Italy and just start a wine vineyard and just live that life and live peaceful and pray and meditate every day? Or do I want to just sit on a microphone and make people laugh? Or can I do both? It's finding that purpose. And now, especially with quarantine, we have so much time to think about things. And it's like this period of transformation almost. It's like, what am I going to use this time at home to do? And I don't know. And we're at a standstill. We're at like a crossroads. Where am I going to move, right? My lease is up. It's like this whole time of I need to figure it out, but fast.
Okay, well, I did figure mine out. I'm moving to Los Angeles. So we're currently moving to Leesburg on Friday. So yes. Leesburg, shout out to anybody who lives in, I don't even know what they call that. What is Leesburg? Like Western Virginia? No, Eastern Virginia? Bumblefuck VA. Bumblefuck VA, I am coming to you.
Not that far.
I am treating my man, Dan, for the past, Schmano is my husband now of almost 1 year. Our wedding anniversary is coming up. So Schmano we've lived in Arlington, Virginia, because I need to live where the action's at. Of course, I don't go to one fucking bar ever, but I stare out my window and I look at the beer lot and I think, what's going on down there? Now, are these people cheating on their significant others? Who's going on here? How many dicks have been in that guy's mouth? I mean, I think about these things. So anyway, he's been commuting for like a year, over an hour out there. And now I'm like, it's time that while we're transitioning, and at some point I'm going to just drive out to Los Angeles. I don't even care. we're going to live in Leesburg and support him and support his career, right? So I'm getting ready to go, but I already know Los Angeles. I want to live East Coast vibes. Everyone tells me that La La Land, the city of LA, no one gives a damn about politics. I've lived in this political town forever.
It's true.
I'm tired to going to a party with David, Gregory, and Nancy Pelosi. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't. I love them. They're lovely people. It's great to see them on the red carpet. Who care? I don't care about what Chuck Todd is doing. Okay. Anyway, I want to go out. I want to run into Leonardo DiCaprio and Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, right after Amber has shit his bed. I want to live there. So,
bro,
anyway,
Amber Heard is wild. You two would run amok over in LA. She is wild.
I want to move to Los Angeles and be a part of that female harem, where you just, with Angelina Jolie and all her girls, we all team up together. And, Johnny Depp
is going to come after you. His Pirates of the Caribbeans are going to all be coming a fleet.
Oh, terrific. Have you seen the pictures of him? Give him 4 bottles of wine. Have you seen him? He's completely passed out. He's like this.
No, he's calling everybody, complaining about Amber Heard. That bitch slept with DiCaprio and everybody.
Did you read about, actually I meant to send you this story, all the nicknames that he has for Leonardo DiCaprio? What were they? Oh my God.
They're Big Head and Little Head. They're the dumbest nicknames ever. Johnny Depp, let's get more creative. What? He's calling DiCaprio like Big Head? What is this, Butthead?
Apparently Johnny Depp would call up Amber Heard and he'd go, "Are you with Big Head?" Which of course was code name for Leonardo DiCaprio. Does Leonardo have a big head?
Bro, I got to admit, his head is like 10 times larger than his body. It is large and in charge.
Okay, really? And then who would he call? There was like somebody else that he would refer to as like Jugglehead or something. Who was the other actor? And he'd call her up, "Are you with Jugglehead?" Now, this brings me back to the Michael Jackson documentary, because Michael Jackson used to have nicknames for all of his friends. And he called them, he'd go, "Hey, Bobblehead, it's Applehead." And this one, I don't know. He did. In the Michael Jackson doc.
In the Michael Jackson doc, he did. All right, here's the nicknames. He called DiCaprio Pumpkinhead. This face, I can't even. Another one was Potato Head, and then Turd. Someone was just Turd.
Who was just Turd? I wonder. Elon Musk.
Oh, Elon Musk must have. No, okay, this guy. Who is that guy? I can't see his face.
Okay, which one? Oh my God.
This guy is Turd.
Liam Hemsworth? No. Kevin Costner is Turd. No.
Turd, whatever.
I don't know who the fuck that is. I have no clue. Absolutely never heard of Turd before.
All right, well, all I'm saying is Depp is not very creative. The names are just not doing it for me.
Which is shocking. I only have In and Out, like follow that. I follow that trial when like the headlines are good, like Amber Heard crap the bed or something. Like,
yeah, you have to. Oh, she's definitely into golden showers. Has to be. No, okay, so Channing Tatum is Potato Head and Jim Sturgis is Turd and DiCaprio is Pumpkinhead.
Potato Head! Oh my God, can you imagine? Channing Tatum, beautiful Channing Tatum. I wanted Channing all over your Tatum. Is Potato Head?
Why is the rum always gone? Are you with Potato Head?
What is your Johnny Depp impression? Do it right now. I'll be Amber Heard. I've come back late at night. I'll set the scene.
Okay,
I come back. It's 2 a.m. I'm with my harem of chicks. I just have like hair here, cell phone.
Good. I'm Depp as Captain Sparrow.
Hey, Johnny.
Amber, you bitch. Where have you been?
I've been out.
Out. Why have you been here with me? I've got rum here. We could have a lot of fun. Are you with Potato Head again?
Actually, I was with Turd, if you want to know.
Turd! Oh, God.
Yeah, I was, because guess what? You're drunk again.
I'm drunk. I've only had about 3 rum cokes. You crazy.
I told you this. You have to be on set tomorrow. And here you are. You're drunk. It's 2 a.m, Johnny. I'm tired of this.
I'm a professional, and professionals always show up to their shit. Listen, are you with Turd, Potato Head, or Riggedy Biggedy? I can't even think of another name. Okay, see, this is Riggedy Biggedy. I know.
Riggedy Biggedy.
Potato Head or Rock. Oh, wow, guys.
Oh, wow. God. There it was. There's our impression of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. My God. I mean, Anyway, that is unbelievable. You guys, we have so much to cover. We weren't even going to cover that. We never stick to the show. But anyway. Give me some inspiration. Thank you. Thank you. Tell us what you want from us. You know, we are having an existential crisis right now.
We
you guys.
are.
We went on vacation. AJ bought a paddle board. I went to an acupuncturist, started drinking his floral juices. He wants me to get black tourmaline to now carry around to ward off bad spirits. I'm at a place of what are we going to give you that is meaningful work? What do you guys want? Do you like, what's your life's purpose? Are you out there with a purpose? Because God share it with us. We're lost.
I feel like everyone's lost right now. And if you do have purpose, we'll share it on the show. Did anybody start a project during quarantine? We want to hear about it.
But, it's like I go see my mother-in-law, right? My mother-in-law is a criminal defense attorney in Detroit, right?
Yikes. Serious. That sounds serious. No, seriously.
But she is like so inspiring to me. I love this because she will tell you that the only thing between her and like a 25-year sentence between a 25-year sentence for her clients and like the government is her. Like that is it. Like she determines lives. She determines lives. And I'm like, oh my God, that is so, and she's so good at her job. And I'm just like, wow, that's fucking inspiring every day. Like you are literally saving people from the US government who wants to put everybody away, lying police officers at times. Now she says most of them are good, but there are definitely bad cops who will lie. Like she's the only defense for these people. That's amazing purpose.
That is incredible. And I hope she wakes up every day and feels that purpose. And you say she works, like 80 hours a week, some ungodly amount.
She's 72, almost 73. She's a little firecracker. She's all of like 5'1". And she is like the best one. She's just this amazing criminal defense attorney in Detroit. She's just like fire.
Miss me with that. I'm retiring at 50 or as soon as possible. I have absolutely no retirement right now. But
I think to myself, when this woman tunes into my show, it's going to be her last day because here we are giving commentary on Mark Zuckerberg's face. And I'm thinking, is that like on the same level of being a criminal defense attorney? Like Fauci, right? Fauci is determining our future. And here we are trying to come up with a Johnny Depp impression. Is it?
Hey, we all have a purpose in life. We all have a purpose in life. Ours is to hopefully bring entertainment to people's lives on your television.
How do you find purpose? If you're an Amazon call center person, are you going home at night going, fuck? Like, I mean, that's sort of where I'm at. I'm feeling currently like honestly, like a psychic hotline, where it's just like, we're like, so we're going to need $5 from you. And I think things are going to work out great in your favor. So by the way, did you hear the one about Johnny Depp? Like, I mean, I don't know. Am I just like losing it?
No, I think the floral juices that your acupuncturist gave you are I don't know, are switching your feelings. What's happening? Do you feel more alive, but you actually just feel like you have no purpose now?
I feel more alive than ever, but I think it's like you want to do meaningful work every day. But I will say this, my longtime therapist says to me, Sarah, one of the greatest gifts that you can give is laughter. Like if you can make people laugh and be entertained, or if you can do an interview with somebody that then sparks someone to change their life, that is as impactful as your mother-in-law who's fighting the US government.
Exactly. It's all about acts of kindness. I'm also reading this book. It's a short story book about small acts of kindness that actually catapult a whole bunch of changes in people's lives. Like even the smallest thing. If you're able to save somebody's life for the better, you actually accomplish something huge in your life.
Okay, keep talking. Now I'm getting back. The comments are rolling in, by the way, which we have to head to the comment line.
This is my dear cousin, Trina. She needs a cleansing.
I am on a cleanse, girl. And if you have any potions that I need to drink, like, please let me know. I am here for the potions. 10,000%. So many people are logging on today. You guys, right now, if you're on Facebook, share this show, share it on your Facebook timeline, start a watch party, leave a comment on YouTube, leave a comment on Twitter. Hi, Twitch. We love you as well. Is it X? Hi, Sarah. Again, this is from Axe. Thank you for joining. Lorna writes, do you know how hard it is to listen to you guys and the hold music from the unemployment line? Oh my God, Lorna, we're in love with you. Trina, obviously, shout out to AJ's cousin says I need a cleanse. Girl, you got it. Jennifer says
spiritual cleanse, yeah.
acts as a Zem. Danny says, hi, I have social anxiety, so that's a constant hurdle I have to jump over. Look, we hear you. April says, what's up, ladies? Jennifer is on. We need it. Your purpose is to bring joy and laughter. Oh my God, Jennifer, can you follow us around? And you know, the worst part about being a performer is if people don't laugh or they don't respond to an interview, then I think my whole self-esteem has hit shit. Like, and that's terrible.
No, it's so true, but you got to get over that. Because then the next one that everybody loves, you just email me and you're like, we're on to something. We're getting our own show. And then the next day you're totally down in the dumps again. No one responded to our interview. No, well, hello. No one's ever going to, you know, love everything.
And for anyone listening or watching, does this happen to you in your industry? You know, this is what my love and hate relationship is with social media. But I look at some other performers, right? And some other people, and they have such massive followings, 200,000-300,000 followers. And I think, why do we not have that? Instead of being grateful, like, oh my God, 23,000 Instagram followers, thousands of downloads. Yeah. Instead I go, why are we not, but how come this comic has 400,000 followers? What are they doing that I'm not doing?
They're on their own path. You're the first person that told me don't compare yourself to others. What is that?
Now, whatever elixir I'm drinking, now all I see is there.
You know what? You know, Schmidt called me. He goes, I don't think Sarah should be drinking that juice. She's very gullible. I was like, and no, I think she's just trying something new. He's like, no, literally, she's so gullible. Why did she buy that flower juice?
First of all, it was free. Now it was right now. I did pay for this. I paid for the acupuncture session. I need to get Iran on here. I'm in love with Iran. And last night he was doing an Instagram live where he brought out his crystals. I thought, oh my God, I need this.
Oh, Mr. Crystal. He believes in crystals.
Now it's good that you mentioned Schmigs, because I was thinking the other day, have you and Schmigs seen each other? Are you guys having virtual sex? I haven't heard about Schmiggy recently. So what's going on?
A little bit of that. Well, I haven't seen him since I saw him. We went to the lake house with all of his friends, had a fun weekend. You know, all of us had been quarantined. It was only like 5 of us. It wasn't that many. And, but then because my cousin thought he had COVID, I'm quarantining. Then my cousin said he's negative, but Schmigs is still going into work every day. And of course I'm over in Eastern Shore. So we've just been 2 weeks apart. And then he's supposed to come because it's his birthday next week.
Oh, it's his birthday. Wait, Schmans is this week. Schmano is the 27th. So
Schmano's the 27th, and then Schmigs. Wait, isn't that Schmigs is the 28th.
Are you kidding? How do we not know this? Schman's birthday is the 27th and Schmig is the 28th. Okay, I think we need to post the hottest this week. I think we need to capture them in their hottest form, because Schmiggy is gorgeous and he has like a 6-pack. And
he refuses to do modeling sessions. Do you try to get Schman to do modeling sessions? And I tried to submit Schmigs for like some modeling jobs. He refuses.
Schmigs is so fucking hot. And Schman, I am so attracted to, because Schman has this, like, Schman's very masculine and he has a very raspy man voice, which I really love. It's very low. And Schman, like, just is a bro, you know what I'm saying? Which I really am attracted to. Like, he has just guy friends, you know, like, and it's just, I don't know. There's something masculine about the Schmanster. So
take some pictures of them.
I'm going to take some pictures. Can we double post that it's their birthdays? Like, I want to post them side by side. They're 1 day apart.
Isn't that really, really weird? And we always complain about them, but at the end of the day, there are rocks.
Oh, there are rocks. Are you kidding? Oh my God. I'm so mentally unstable. I'm 3 seconds away from being Kanye West. Thank God for Schman. I mean, he really keeps me like down.
I want to know what you're getting for him. We don't have to talk about it on here, or we can. But 1 year after getting married, do the gifts have to get bigger or just more sentimental?
Oh, what does Schmigs want? Schman, what does Schmigs? Oh, hey, I don't know. I haven't thought of it, because I don't know what he wants, actually. I really don't. I'm not sure. Now I can think of 8 things that I want, which I'm
did you tell him, this is what I want for your birthday? Thank you.
Well, you know, here's the thing, right? Like, we were going to go on a honeymoon. That got canceled. Then he was going to buy me my first pair of Chanel earrings. That got canceled. So anyway, I don't know. I got to think of something for him. The best gift I ever gave him was a blender. He loves his smoothies. That was like the best of that. Honestly, I gave that to him on Valentine's Day. He's used that every day.
And then you also got him a fruit separator to help like the more ripe fruits to go on top and to the bottom.
He loves it. It's loaded right now. He loves that. He loves any sort of health thing. So maybe I'll try to get him health things.
Something with like running gear. He loves running.
Oh, loves to run.
Maybe you should go on a run with him.
Okay. He doesn't want me to go because he leaves me in the dust. You know, he's always he's like, he wants to like run 8 miles. Like, who runs 8 miles?
Not in this weather. Isn't it like a swamp over there in the DC area?
I've been sweating indoors. Can't you see me? I'm sticky as hell. I mean, ugh.
Yeah, it's so hot everywhere. Everyone's dying.
Oh God. All right. I want to thank a sponsor, and then we've got to hit some pop culture stuff. All right. We've got Kanye West to give a brief, comedic review about. Also, has anyone watched the Walter Marcardo documentary? I don't know how you haven't seen this, AJ, because he is like a Hispanic hero.
He is. He truly is. Now, actually, I want to get Trina on here to ask her, but yeah, we'll get into that.
Mucho, mucho amor. That's all I say to Dan all the time. Because this guy, Walter Mercado, I had never heard of him, but I saw Lin-Manuel Miranda tweet about this documentary, which Lin-Manuel had helped produce, right?
Right.
I'm like, who is this guy? And, you know, when you look at him, you can't tell if he's a man or a woman. He has beautifully perfect, like curled, permed hair. Oh!
Yep.
So anyway, apparently he was a world-renowned psychic in the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew who he was, and he would end every broadcast, mucho, mucho amor.
He's so extra.
So extra. First of all, I didn't really love the documentary because it wasn't, I know it was on Walter's terms, but it was very, like, he wouldn't talk about his sexuality. And he lived with this guy that he claimed was his assistant. I'm like, okay, honest to God, are we going to pretend that this is just your assistant, that you two haven't been madly in love for 40 years? Like, just come out and say you're gay. He didn't want to talk about his sex life. I don't want to tune in. No, I want the nitty gritty.
Well, why didn't he mention that? Because it was on his terms and he didn't want to get into it, even though we all want to know that.
Well, I think it's part of his facade. You know, I think like he felt like all he wanted his message to be was about love and peace, and, you know, you understanding your astrology. He wanted it to be about his audience and not so much about him. But the reality is, I think he almost died like broke, basically. I don't think he had that much money because his longtime manager ended up having him sign a contract where he gave over all his rights to the manager, his likeness, his radio show, his television show. And he started the 900 psychic numbers. Remember with Miss Cleo?
Yes.
I think they all got sued because they never gave any accurate readings. And then like people like got onto it. He was one of the original founders. You don't give one. No. You're like, oh, you're like,
no, I'm getting family group chats out of the wazoo because I said that my cousin Perry was like, had COVID, and now everyone's like, and I'm staying with my two grandmothers, like, go get grandma.
Oh okay. My God.
Sorry. We're back. I'll keep podcasting. My family group chat's going berserk.
Oh God. Anyway.
Oh, look, I was never allowed to watch him because I was Christian. I think that's why my family always had like suspicions about him because.
Oh, because he would come on and he'd be like, mucho, mucho amor, Aquarius. You know, yes. You are going to have blah, 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 blah. And then he'd like read your thing, right?
Yes.
And then he'd come out with all his jewels and his rings and he'd have this aura thing that like people loved. Anyway.
Yes, the ball. Yeah.
How come I never heard of this guy until 2 seconds ago?
Well, he was mostly on the Spanish channels.
I know. And they never really brought him over to America, except for he was on Howard Stern. And I happened to be listening to Howard this week. And Howard said he and Robin didn't even remember interviewing this guy.
What?
They tuned in to the documentary. They didn't even remember having Walter Mercado on their show.
To me, that's insane because he's the most eccentric person you could ever interview. And the fact that Stern forgot about him, that just goes to show you how many people Stern interviews.
Howard said that when he came on the show, he didn't really care about Walter Mercado. He figured that Walter would become another member of the Whack Pack. So he didn't even care. He was the biggest Hispanic superstar.
Yes.
Anywhere. Amazing. I had no idea this guy was so big and bringing like all this joy.
Huge.
And who knew he started the psychic line?
The psychic line.
I mean, honestly, I'd call right now. We'll tell you your future. How did they got rid of that? I guess class action lawsuit, like, or something. Nothing. I don't know what happened to the psychic line. What happened to Miss Cleo? Where's Miss Cleo? I want to do a documentary on her.
Yes,
remember?
Another person.
She'd say she'd tune in, and then everyone would write over their mortgages to her or whatever for their future.
Oh yeah.
I guess that ended it. Anyway,
you would get close to that, though. You would be close to that.
He's a legend. Put some respect on his name. Oh, what is he, Birdman or something? Okay. You know what? Anyway, I love respecting him. Call me now. Oh my God. I wanted to call all of them all the time. I would call them, but then the minute that you had to enter your credit card info, I would drop off. And then I would call Unsolved Mysteries all the time with leads. course,
With
I lived in
leads?
I lived in fucking bumfuck Maine. Like I hadn't seen any of the assailants, but I'd be like, you know what? I feel like Bigfoot was here, Wiscasset, Maine. And they'd be like, where are you right now?
On the grounds of Comfy Dome. This is pre-Comfy Dome life, but yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
How old were you then?
I was probably like 14 or 15. I would watch The Psychic Line. I would watch Unsolved Mysteries, and I would always want to call.
Jesus. Yeah, you should have gotten into that. I don't know why you didn't.
How did I not meet Walter Mercado before he passed?
I'm so surprised. Yeah, Kane Show didn't have him on any of the radio stations. He'd be perfect.
We never even knew about him. I never even heard about him. I had no idea that he was like a megastar and he had his own radio show. How was I not on this radio show having him give me a reading? Anyway, I loved him. I loved the robes. I loved the hair. I loved the full makeup. I thought the whole thing was great. This was the part I hated, though. In the documentary, they go, Walter, how much plastic surgery have you done? Which, I mean, my God, the poor thing has been cranked up, taped back, filled. And he goes, just a little Botox. I'm like, okay. Pause, Walter. We're going to need you to disclose. Walter, this isn't Botox, honey.
Yeah, when you look like that, you need to be as open as what's her name? Our favorite lady who got so much work done. She was so transparent about it. Joan Rivers. Oh
my God, she would come on and honest to God, she'd be like, I hope my face holds up for this entire program. It could fall off at any time, And then she'd go, me and Michael Jackson see the same nose doctor. So who knows, could fall off at any moment.
I could go off into a rant about the Giudices because the daughter just got a nose job and she admitted to it on social media.
Are you anti plastic surgery for teens or what?
No, I always find it interesting. The Biermans, I always find it interesting when the daughter then gets it and the mother is super supportive. It's like, well, yeah, because the mother, I'm not against it. I love it, but I want them to be transparent.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you liked it that the Giudice daughter said, hey, I had a nose job.
Well, people started calling her out. And then, yeah, she's like, look, I'm much more happier in my skin now. And my nose is still swollen from the surgery, but here it is.
My thing is, God, I look at those kids. I look at like the Biermans, right? Like Kim Zolciak and the Biermans. They're so pretty. If you look at Kim Zolciak back in the day, she was beautiful the way she was.
Exactly.
So to me, here's the thing. I love a little Botox. I love a little filler only because it makes you look more awake. And my thing is as we get bigger TV shows and stuff, I want people to pay attention to my content and not be looking at my sagging jowls. So like I'll just keep them up. But my thing is with these kids, it's like you don't even realize how beautiful. It's almost like when I thought I was overweight. And I look back and I think, oh my God, I looked at those pictures from 10 years ago and I thought I was so fat, but I was adorable. Like, oh my God. Why did I think that?
That's the only thing. I don't really believe in changing the actual structure of your face because God bless you, everybody with like this already beautiful self.
Yes.
But yes, I do. Yes. The nip and tuck here and there, non-surgical procedures, the deer eyes, all that is just pulling a little skin here. Okay.
Like my dream would be to look like Lisa Rinna because Lisa Rinna looks happy inside and out. She looks like fit, that she takes care of herself. She eats well. She's just kept up a little bit of body and beautiful. But
her lips, I am a little concerned. Now she did get the fillers removed. You couldn't tell though. They still look massive. Well, they removed as much as possible. Anyway,
we could go on and on. Look, let's thank a sponsor and then we'll talk Kanye. I want to know your true thoughts. Pain Arthritis Relief in Rockville, Maryland wants to help you out. Guys, we love you so much. Thank you all. Michelle, Alexandra, April, Ashley for jumping on. Thank you for also telling us that Miss Cleo passed in 2016. Didn't know that. Penny Gerber. Adore Penny. So guys, we want you to support our sponsors. And if you had a car accident, if your back aches, if you're going through stress, you probably need to see a 5-star chiropractor. And we got one for you. Pain Arthritis Relief in Rockville, Maryland accepts almost all insurance. You can call them ahead of time to make sure that they accept yours, but I guarantee they do. They're also a rehab center as well. So they work with your insurance if you've had an accident and you're trying to get your body back. Tell them that the Hey Frase podcast sent you. I just talked to Crystal yesterday because I've been there. I see Tony for an adjustment. It's really, really nice. And then they do all these like very cool like heat things. I think much more based in science than some of the other things that I do. So that's good news. They've been in business for years and years. It's painarthritisrelief.com. Check them out in Rockville. Tell Dr. Brian that we said hello. And I believe Dr. Brian is actually going to be back on the show. Dr. Brian is going to become a character. He's probably going to become a full-on Frasiac very soon. which
Oh,
Frase
can't wait for that. Can't wait for that.
Well, no, I think he's a Frase because he's like in love with you. I think there's some chemistry between you and the doc.
Well, I've got no DMs. I've got no emails from him. So we'll see.
Oh, that's good. Well, that's good. That's great. Yes, please. Because we won't go into other client stories. Oh my God, that's our Patreon. Worst clients revealed. That's what we're going to do for our Patreon.
Wow.
Well, we really only have one.
No, we have a couple.
Should we do should we do craziest listeners and craziest clients revealed?
Okay, yes. And then our biggest pet peeves when it comes to.
Boom. That's our Patreon. I can't wait. Oh my
Tune
God.
in.
All right. So one thing about Patreon, yesterday I dropped a video of me going to the gyno. I know it's probably been your dream. You're listening and watching right now thinking, I've always wanted to see Sarah's vagina. Well, I don't reveal it all, but anyway, I do take you along to the gyno. AJ and I actually shot this video a year ago, right before I got pregnant. And all of you know my journey. I had a molar miscarriage pregnancy in November. The mole ended up growing back. Had an emergency hemorrhage, and then I had gestational trophoblastic disease, which is a type of pregnancy cancer. I didn't expect that one. Then I had methotrexate shots to get rid of it. Okay, so yeah, that was really unpleasant. But anyhow, I'm healed now. We're trying again. And after all that stuff went down, I didn't want to put up the gyno video because I was just super emotional. So that's my story, going to the gyno, asking about getting pregnant. It's up right now, Patreon. We're taking you behind the scenes for just $5. Become a member of our community. And we are active there, like giving you exclusive things like merchandise. We just are getting ready to do a merch drop. And we're doing a merch drop to actually benefit our girl, Danny Starr. If you're a Patreon member, patreon.com/HeyFrase for just $5, you get 15% off your merch order. A portion of the proceeds are going to go to Danny Starr to support her daughter who is battling an ongoing immune deficiency disorder. And the merch is all about not body positivity, but positivity. It's like use your voice and, humanity has no brand. We love all that. So anyhow, check out patreon.com/HeyFrase and you can get it there. Okay. Is AJ coming back on?
Hi there.
So. Were we having some technical problems?
Yes, our producer Max just had to hop off for a sec because the connection was slow.
No problem. Well, look, I want to just do a couple pop culture stories. So talk to me about what your thoughts are on Kanye West. You guys may have seen Kanye West apparently went on a Twitter rant last night saying that Kim Kardashian had come to Wyoming where he has bought a extensive amount of land with a doctor trying to get him hospitalized. This, of course, comes that Kim is reportedly furious that Kanye said that they thought about aborting North. The poor thing's 7 years old, going to hear that. So what are your thoughts? Also that Kris Jenner is not allowed around his kids. Then those were later deleted. You don't buy it. You think this is all promotion for his upcoming music, which I do believe is dropping, or an album is dropping this weekend.
Yes. I don't want to belittle any health problems that he's had previously. I do think that he suffers from bipolar depression. But here's my thing. It's the Kardashians are a content machine. It's about the show. And I do think Kanye is trying to bring attention to everything. But it is, to me, sketchy. I don't believe it. I don't know what to believe with them. And I just hope that he gets the help. But at the same time, you have to think about the timing and him mentioning his Gap line. He brought up that. He brought up Anna Wintour about it. He brought up Shia LaBeouf, which is supposed to do a collab with him. And then he also brought up the drop of the album. And after all that, he says, but I'm going to go back to my music now. And then showed a picture of all of the songs coming out. So that's my take. I think it might have to do with publicity and like getting all this attention.
So you think, a lot of people are agreeing with you, this promo foolishness. Then people are saying he needs to be admitted into a psych ward. It is hard to know what to believe. I think the only good part is I think everybody realizes he's out sort of as president, I don't know that anyone thought he was really in, but I did think, he could get momentum. Obviously, after this, though, he can't. I agree. I think you're right. Somebody that I think is an incredible artist. I do. I love that he thinks outside the box in such a different realm. But man, I can't imagine being married to that. Oh,
absolutely not. Kim has not gave any comment. She did say that she's giving him an ultimatum. Stop talking about politics and I'll take you back, or it's over between us.
Do you think it's really over between them? I don't know.
It never will be because they have 4 kids together. And I think Kim is actually a good mom. It appears to be. I don't know if I would put my kids out like that so much in the public eye, but that's a whole other topic. The things that he tweeted, though, do you think he also tweeted a picture of a supposed conversation, a text that he sent to Kris Jenner? And he said, you ready to talk now, or are you still avoiding my calls? Do you think this is a real text to Kris Jenner?
I don't know. I do think that they create such a world of like, they're an attention machine.
Yes.
And I think they are an attention machine. So I just wonder if the day will come when we don't give them attention, because they have been famous now for years and benefited off it. I know.
And I think they attached themselves to each other, obviously, for no one else. Who else would date Kanye? Who else would date Kim?
I feel like Kim is making herself more legitimate, because she's supposed to be becoming a criminal defense attorney. Her justice work landed a podcast deal with Spotify. So she's going to have that whole thing coming out. So I actually feel like Kim's worth might be going up. I think they need to start marrying be with men who are not famous. That's the thing. But I don't think that would work for them. I think ultimately Kanye's meltdowns help them. Everyone's talking about a Kardashian curse. But then a lot of people feel like that's anti-feminist, because like you're blaming women for these guys going nuts. Like, screw you.
I tried to think of a well thought out response to all this. And I just, I come up short every time. I think the Harriet Tubman comment was far too much. And do you believe that that Kim really wanted to abort North? I'm just sad that North is going to grow up one day.
I can't imagine that, because weren't they together and trying to have a kid in a relationship? I know they got married after Northie was born, but I don't. I don't know really what to make of him. I don't know if it's made up, or I kind of genuinely feel like, unfortunately, he has lost it. Like, I just do.
Elon Musk put out a tweet after all of this happened late Sunday night and said, or was it Sunday? This is Monday night, yesterday. He said, I just talked to Kanye. He is mentally stable. Everything's fine. And Kim is worried, but Elon Musk, are we to believe Elon Musk?
Another batshit crazy.
Yeah,
person.
Everyone's saying I unfollowed them. Sometimes this is just too much toxic behavior for me, and I just can't even be bothered with it. It's like, it's not my life. It's honestly a reality show.
Does anyone own a pair of Yeezys though? I'm
Hell no. I bought if anything, I was going to buy, knockoff pairs. I'm not spending $1,000 on shoes. $300, $400. They go for everything.
Maybe I'll get a pair of knockoff Yeezys.
You know what?
I support him though. I really don't. And I'm even debating, like, I used to love Kim and that whole family, and I feel like what they created was pretty amazing. And I do think Kris Jenner is she's like a dream interview, because I would love to know the mastermind behind all that. I do believe it's Kris, 100%. But yeah, I'm a little over it. I don't know.
Okay, one thing you know for sure though, he's out of the presidential campaign. He's out. Like, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, no one's gonna vote for him. And I just feel like too, like, is he really that innovative? You know what I mean? He'll go into a closet and remove all but 4 items, and then everyone's like, oh my God. It's like, is he that innovative? I just feel like I need to get drunk one day and then just like record myself doing the most random shit and just be like, Frey, this is where it's at. Like, team Frey. Team- my collaboration with South Moon Under coming soon, Frey.
Like, what about Old Navy? Should we give it like some Old Navy vibes? Like
Old Navy and Frey.
With Old Navy.
And just put like one shoe in a closet and just like, do you need a second shoe? Not really, Frey. I mean, like really, I think if I started doing that shit, people would give me the attention, and I'd have thousands of followers, and they'd just be like, all right, cool. But I don't get where he goes from here. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe people in Hollywood don't care. They continue to work with you, even if you're like this. I think we're too stable. That's the problem.
We are too stable. It doesn't create any, no one wants to listen to stable people anymore. That's why they're famous, because they're just absolutely insane. What else do you guys want to know about this? What other comments do you want?
People are giving the drip for easy. They're toxic.
I'm sorry, yeah, show that.
Looks what's happened to Scott, Lamar, Bruce, and Rob. A lot of people believe that, Alexandra. They believe there is a Kardashian curse. There is. Ultimately, I think, those women they're going to win, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's like great that they're about them, but that family's thick as thieves. They're going to make it happen first, I think.
Do you actually think the medication stunts his creativity, as he says? That's why he doesn't want to receive help, because it stunts his creativity.
Yes, I believe that if he took meds, he'd be doing what we're doing here on a show with. Yes. Yes, I think off the meds, absolutely. You get Yeezy in a closet with one shoe and one, vanilla covered, like whatever he's got up there, some, grayish turban that he's got hanging on one clothes hanger. And then everyone's like, oh my, Yeezy.
Look, I just messed up this banner. I wanted to say Kanye or Con. No. Okay, look. I don't even like the style. The style, it looks like nude. It looks like he pulled two pieces of curtains together and then put like some pillows on his feet and called it slides.
Who wants to wear an earth-covered like turban, or some sort of like, what's the long like shirt he's got or whatever, okay? If I wanted to wear that, I go roll around in dirt in the clothes that I already have. It's not that creative. I do like the shoes. I think the shoes are pretty awesome. I do. But then he draws all these White Houses, and he's like, West Wing 2020. Well, hell, give me a piece of paper. I could sketch away, Frey 2020. It's like, yeah, I gotta get going on this crazy train. I'm telling you, we're way too stable. Anyway, all right. I wanted to do one other story. Nicki Minaj. Did you see her pregnancy pictures? Everybody knew this. Hello to Captain Obvious. We already knew she was pregnant when she did that collaboration with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Of course.
But bring up the bikini picture because a lot of people are saying she's actually having twins because she had a pink nipple cover and a blue nipple cover in her shoot reveal. And people are saying that those are the signs she's actually having twins.
Y'all, stop reading so much into things. Okay, let me bring this up. I'll bring it up. But you know what? I don't believe it for 1 second. It's just called details, clothing, and creativity.
I love her. She's one of my favorite rappers, though. She really is. I think she's so badass. And I love when she gets into beef with Cardi B on her Queen radio show. And I love that she goes after everyone. She go to every radio station and tell them all to fuck themselves. I think it's great. I love her. I can't wait to hang out with her.
Oh, you want to hang out with her? Okay.
Absolutely. I think she's a creative genius. I really do. And I also think she's like over all the bullshit, which is the music industry. I think she doesn't care. People are saying she looked like Ronald McDonald.
She looked like Ronald McDonald. What's with all of the
Do you guys think she's pregnant with twins because they've got a pink nipple, a pink passy on one nip, and a blue passy on the other nip? You think she's preggers with twins?
What's with announcing baby pregnancies? Like, what's with waiting and then announcing it? Is it to just get more attention?
And y'all, she looks to me like she is 8 months, like 7 or 8 months. Like she's given birth in like 6 weeks. Don't you think?
I was going to say, I just looked up to see how far along she is because she just now announced it. And y'all, she's massive. I mean, it could easily be twins.
Those titties, like the milk has set in. Like, I mean, we are there. We are ready to nurse some kids. Like,
would you ever get worried if you had obviously implants in your breasts and then you tried to breastfeed? What happens? Where does the milk go? Does it have to go around the implants?
Great question. I want to know that. That's a great question. Anybody had breast implants and then can you even, I thought if you had breast implants, you can't breastfeed. I thought you couldn't. Like you still produce milk that I think you have to like pump, but I thought they say you shouldn't breastfeed if you've got the implants.
Well, I'm sure people do anyways. Well, maybe she has a midwife.
Wow. I mean, can you imagine that? I mean, I guess it's just like you breastfeed then with like what? A splash of silicone in there? Like, I don't know. What is it?
Yeah, the baby's already getting accustomed to it because they're probably going to get injections later on, implants later on. Just get them used to the silicone. So sad. Who doesn't have implants though in Hollywood anymore? Paris Hilton.
A lot of people are having them taken out. I don't want implants. I just want my tits like pulled up because I'm sure a lot of women listening and watching can relate. But like even in your 30s, your tits, like your nipples begin to head south. Like it's so weird. It's like you take your bra off and you'll literally have one nip that's actually pointing down. It's like the fuck? I need perky tits.
Oh, so you think you're good? Or maybe she just uses a formula, but you think you're just going to do formula.
Me? Well, I don't have breast implants.
No, I know, but
I bet she'll just do formula. I think so. I've been told you can breastfeed, but I have no idea. Brooke says that she thinks that you can breastfeed with implants in. People are saying no, she only has one.
One baby.
I think it's twins.
I'm trying to see how far along she is. But
trunk of silicone.
That's so sad. Okay, Mama Lopez is a huge proponent of breastfeeding.
I know. Well, I'm sure it is good for you. It's like natural. Your body produces it. I'm sure it is good. I'm also debating, when I get pregnant, like, am I going to eat the placenta in a smoothie? Like, I love to make smoothies.
Okay, this is just a new thing of yours. I mean, the last week you decided you love smoothies. Schmann's been drinking smoothies since you guys started dating.
Guys, I make myself a smoothie now every day, and it's like heaven on earth. Like, how did I not come up with this smoothie prior?
I have no idea, but you need to do like a Frase smoothie whole entire segment.
Oh, I will. I'll do that, and then if I eat my placenta, I'll document every bit of it, like 1,000%.
Please do. It's supposed to be super healthy, right? It's like magical powers.
My gyno says it's absolutely bullshit. She says there's no truth to it or science behind it at all. Then my gyno also says there's no science to that the epidural hurts your kid, which is awesome because I'm having the epidural.
Oh, you're having epidural. You already decided.
Oh, 10,000%. Are you kidding? I'm not even going to pretend to go in there and like crown an 8-pounder. Fuck no. Are you kidding? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, as soon as they can administer the epidural, hello, yes.
Or a C-section. Sometimes you have no control. They just already decide you're having a C-section because the baby is like in a different formation.
Or I just don't want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't like see myself getting blood taken. I can't like see myself, like, I don't need to look down and see the baby's like head crowning out of my vagina. Like,
it's so true. I mean, we went for your gyno checkup, which you guys can check out the full videos on Patreon now. Sarah had to have a Capri Sun handed to her. I'm like, okay, you're not going through surgery. This is a tiny shot to make sure that your blood levels are okay or something crazy. They handed you a Capri Sun.
Hell to the no, no, hell to the no. I am not giving birth naturally. Absolutely.
Now, and for sure you're going to have a pregnancy shoot, but are you going to do like this Nicki Minaj Beyonce thing? Because I don't like this, the ways that she announced. I think this looks like Fergalicious, the Candy video with Fergie.
I love female rappers. Like if I came back, I want to come back as Rihanna. You know what I mean? Like, I would be so badass. I love that Rihanna smokes, blows it in everyone's face, tells everyone to fuck themselves, and then drops an awesome album with like, you know, DJ Khaled. So I love it. I think it's great. I'm not interested. I just think to myself, would I look ridiculous if Sarah Fraser drops this? Like, are people going to be like, okay, bitch, like, I want to start looking like this in my next like 10 years. But what are people are going to just like be like, oh my God, girl, what? I don't know. She does
right on par with you.
Really? Okay, good. Well, I think I'm going to do it. She looks like a circus act. I'm going to be honest. I mean, she does. She looks like the ring bear, you know, like when they used to have the Barnum and Bailey circus and like the ringmaster would come out. She looks like that.
Yes. I'm getting Britney Spears vibes / Fergalicious videos and those stripper heels. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. But I think it's great. I love her. She's fabulous. Fabulous.
I want to know what everyone is.
Last story. You can leave comments, by the way. If you have other feedback about Nicki, drop it in the comments. Last story. Has everyone been following this tragic, the murder of the son of the judge in New Jersey?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. This story is bananas. Again, I do not believe in conspiracy theories. And the person that shot and killed her son and her husband, who remains in critical condition, then took his own life in a covered bridge, like on his way to Pennsylvania, right? But Judge Salas is her name. Now, she has overseen some very high-profile cases, and the internet was going bananas yesterday because she was given the civil suit, I believe, of the Epstein trial 4 days ago. But as of now, they're saying Esther Salas is her name.
Right.
Took it on Epstein case days prior to the deadly shooting. 4 days before her son was gunned down in their home and her husband wounded in New Jersey, Judge Esther Salas was assigned to handle a class action lawsuit with Deutsche Bank investors who claimed the company failed to monitor high-risk customer, including late pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. The investors who also claimed in New Jersey federal district court that the bank made false and misleading statements about its anti-money laundering policies. Now, do you believe it? Salas was assigned to handle that suit. She also had a big gang suit that she oversaw as well. This is unbelievable. So the guy who did it took his own life and has been found.
Has been found. The body has been recovered.
Yes, they're saying he's the one. Now, he was an anti-feminist lawyer who had also had a case with her. The man identified by sources as Manhattan lawyer Roy Hollander was found in Rockland, New York with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Hollander is a self-avowed anti-feminist lawyer, had a case pending before Salas challenging the military's male-only draft policy. Anyhow, so they're saying, but I guess the bizarre thing is we'll probably find out more in the coming days, but they're saying that actually this attorney that killed her son and wounded her husband had actually won his latest ruling with the judge.
So you think this is definitely intertwined with Epstein? I didn't read the specifics of it. I hate stories like this, to be honest. It's so sad to me.
It is so sad because it's so random, right? You just think to yourself, you're in your own home, you believe you're safe. No, I don't believe in conspiracies. I was just telling you before we hopped on the show that John Oliver, I love watching John Oliver's show. He just did a big thing on conspiracy theories and why they're thriving during COVID. And basically more people are fearful right now. They're home, they have more time on their hands, and then they're looking for the internet for answers. So he says it's a breeding ground for conspiracy theories, which is why you're seeing the Free Britneys, the Wayfair, all this stuff. They're completely unfounded. They're not true. And he says that what happens is people do not, in times of like pandemic and crisis, he had a psychologist on, he says that people are not willing to accept small answers to big tragedies. So meaning like people could not wrap their head around Princess Diana being killed just in a simple car crash. That's why people had made up all these conspiracies for years that still go on that the royal family had her killed.
Because that is too big for us to even handle.
Right. And then after we talked Wayfair, I went and looked at Reuters, did a breakdown of all the things that were not true. So these cabinets that Wayfair is selling for $32,000 are actually for like big manufacturers. So it's like if Ford company wanted to buy multiple cabinets, they're industrial sized cabinets, which is why they're a lot more money. They use kids' names. They track that down. One kid, they used his name. He's still alive. Went on Facebook and goes, okay, enough. I've never been missing. I never was missing. This is totally bullshit. But John Oliver says that like, because we're in this very fearful time where people could lose their jobs, they could be furloughed. Nobody knows if they're getting a virus when they walk out their door. That then like this couple in Arizona that started this whole Wayfair bullshit, like it just catches like fire.
Okay. I mean, yes, I understand it. It's the perfect time for conspiracies. Or maybe that guy was paid by Wayfair to say that. Okay. When I look at the dimensions of those cabinets, they look like something that could fit right in my living room.
But here's my thing. Why do you think, so you feel like Wayfair, why would they be doing this? Why would the CEO, they're just so sick and perverted that they run these companies and then they decide to traffic children in these cabinets?
Yes. Well, the cabinet is just a whatever it's called, like a cover for the actual child. I'm not saying they're doing it. I'm just saying that it is a possibility because it's right under our noses and no one would ever expect it.
And you think that nobody there, so to traffic a child, right, in a cabinet, wouldn't that take multiple people? You'd have to bribe the customs people, right? Okay. You'd have to bribe the workers who are building these cabinets and then putting a child in there. So you don't think any of these people are going to break out and go, okay, you know what? I witnessed this. I saw this. Like, how do you keep all these chains of commands quiet? You think all these people are just co-conspirators?
Or feel fearful for their lives. And I don't think they're putting the kids in the cabinets. Is that what you're saying? I think they come right over. They're with a person on an airplane. And you see all the time when flight attendants are able to catch the people that are trafficking. It's like a younger girl with an older man. It's very confusing.
Yeah, but I mean, then they catch them. So how you're saying that these people are following through? I mean, when you register that you're carrying a child,
right,
like
on an airplane,
you give your name, you give all the information. So if somebody from France comes over to the United States with a baby, and then that child goes missing, we have all their information. You have all their address. So you think what? These kids are just sold? I mean, look, I know that child trafficking does happen, but I'm just saying a company like Wayfair, the amount of people that would have to go along with allowing it to happen. It's like Britney Spears. Free Britney, to me, like she can come out and say so many times that she's not being held hostage. And you see what's happened with Kanye West, right? We know what would happen with Britney if she didn't have a conservatorship. But yet people don't want to believe that. They want to believe that Britney on her own would somehow miraculously be okay. Because I don't believe that people really want to admit that this is Britney Spears now. Like this is what Britney, the Britney of 2005 doesn't exist anymore.
I don't think it can. I mean, she's given her entire life devoted to us. And then now that's what she is now. Yeah, I'm okay with her being like that now, though. It's like, let her dance in her home. Brittany's account are monitored. She's not allowed to discuss the conservatorship. Okay, but she did come out and say, guys, I'm fine. I'm fine.
This is who I am.
We need to accept it. Look, maybe this is all a cover for things that are really going on, like the presidential campaign, and they're just trying to make us talk about these little tiny topics, even though they're huge topics, but we're all talking about conspiracies now.
It's total conspiracies. Your cousin says the Wayfarer is far-fetched, but not this judge killing.
I agree. Let's get back to the judge killing. I think that was all connected, and I'm really sad, and I don't know why judges that are on high-profile cases like this are not protected insanely. They should have Secret Service with protecting their houses.
Well, this may be the catalyst that changes it. And she has been threatened before.
Yes. See?
Yeah, she has been threatened before. Danny says, Sarah, you think it's okay for a grown-ass woman to have an allowance? Yeah, in her case, I do. I actually believe, I truly believe, and I know I'll maybe eat crow for this, but I believe that her parents are trying the best they can to prevent her from being Kanye West. 100%. And I think the conservatorship is because the allowance thing, people make a big deal about that. But the reason she has to disclose is so our boyfriends, managers, the Sam Lufty guy can't come in her life and then go, hey, you know what? Let's go buy a $400,000 car for me. Like, that's why she has an allowance.
Right, because she can't make large decisions like that, you know?
Well, so people don't take advantage of her.
I have questions about Brittany, but we can save that.
Thing. Look, I put out on my feeds yesterday. If you're a conspiracy theory expert, or if you're a psychologist that can explain why conspiracies are so rampant, email us, Sarah, SAREH, @heyfrase.com. We would love to talk to you. I would love to come on and argue back and forth, debate, not argue, because I'm fine. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Wayfair is doing what I don't know. But I find it hard to believe. And I would love to debate with someone. So if you are a conspiracy theory expert, I want to get in touch with that couple in Arizona that started the whole Wayfair thing.
Well, it's a couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always say that it's just a disgruntled couple who got a bunch of beds that have bed bugs in them. But you know.
Okay, so we'll follow up. Guys, we love you so much. Today, right now, if you can head to iTunes, search Hey Frase Podcast, hit 5 stars, tell us what you love about the show. We are so in love with you. We'll be back tomorrow, brand new show. Guys, we love you. See you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.